So hi everybody and welcome back to the C++ tutorial series for absolute starters. This is video number 16, and in this video we learn input from our user and how we are going to do this. You probably saw it already. It was std_cin, but before we can use this, let me show you std::cin. We need to specify here something, and that what we have to specify is what you already learned, a variable. So let's get started. First, let's create a variable, and we are asking for a name, for example. What we need for a name, we learned this also. Do you remember it? It is std string. We can't use integer because this integer is asking for numbers. We need a string, and then we write, for example, I want to ask for your name, so I write here, for example, your name. And this variable is already declared here. Okay, then we write to use it. Before we can use it, here we need one more step. And probably you remembered, think about it, what I said about this one here, especially about this one, : we need most time when you see something with : a library. The strange thing is here, normally we need here a library, but it is strange that it's not showing an arrow, right? So for example, I go here on std::cin and I write the variable name. Because we also learned how to use this variable name, we can just write it behind this angel brackets, but these angel brackets are pointing right. The say out was pointing left. Okay, your name, I use it, all fine. Your, of course, when I spell it right, and save, and this would work almost. It compiles perfect. There's no problem, and there is no output because, let's see, because we have not give info for the customer. But that's, I will go talk about this very soon. But before that, it is very strange that I said we need normally a library, but here is no library. And the point of that is, sometimes when you include a library like this IO stream here, this library has already included, for example, or uses this std string also, which means this library for this string is here anywhere. Let me open this up if I can. Let's right click on it and we go to documentation. Let's see if we can. And if I search now here std string, Control F for search, std string. Okay, let's write string. And let's go, we find nothing, but it is here anyway, defined. Or perhaps anywhere else here. But I'm not searching this one, right? It's just waste of time here. Let's continue. Believe me, it is anywhere here. When you dive deeper, you will find this std string defined in one of these libraries. So important is, even so they are defined in this libraries anywhere, we don't care about that. We still write it here one more time. And the reason for that is we write include. I need the library, well, not include, and in this case string. So first I write this, and now I tell you why. The reason is, it can happen in future that this one is replaced or changed or whatever. So you must make sure that your program will even work when this one is not here. That's why we have to still to write this include std string. So for example, let me show you this one. When I deactivate this one here and deactivate this one, you will see that this one is now prompting an error. And now when I'm activating this one, this one is normal. And this one had it already in it anywhere. That's why it showed. So let's continue a little bit. Okay, to use this one line here, it's same like stdc out. It's called just say in, and this angel brackets points to the right. And we don't write here something like this one with quotation marks. We are just writing the variable name. So the question is, why the hell we write here a variable name? What this also this function, this call here is doing, asking for the user, please write something. In this case, write your name, and then I will save that what you write in this variable name. But we have here a problem, right? When I click here, you saw it already. Here's no message for the user what he should do, and that was a mistake. But when I write this one, it does it what it should. So let's write a message as well. How to write a message you already learned. std say out, and we write here with quotation marks, write 9. Yes, write your name. Write your name. No, not write your name. What is your name? What is your name? Right? And then we make here a space, here semicolon, and this one makes more sense. This is good when we compile debug. Here, what is your name? Then you write here coder, for example, and here is still something missing, and that one we learned also. In here, it says for the user what he should do. Perfect. He is going to write his name, also good. And then, oh, that was wrong, sorry. This one, this variable declaration should be on top. I set this one time, and all other things should be more on bottom. It's not a mistake, you saw it works all fine, but just a style, put all variables on top, and all other things what you use later comes after that one. So let's go on. So here you could declare your variable. Here you say to the user what he should do, and here you ask him or her for a name, and then say in your name. This one is taking the line. Let me start this one time. Come. What's going on? Compile, yes. And this line, the say in here, all that what I'm going to write here, for example, you can write a crap too, of course. This one will take this line here, this function, and will save it here in our variable name. So, and now we have welcome, still an arrow. So, and the next thing what you have to do is, of course, putting out, and that you learned already, how we put out a variable. Just add this variable here, your name, and save. And when we debug now, it should work. Cool. What is your name? Coder, and welcome coder. That's good. So, and you see again, we are using variables, and from now on we will use many variables and so on. The next thing what I wanted to show you also a little bit here is the colors, right? So we have talked about the colors here. This blue thing is our type. This yellow thing here is our main, but in real they are functions later, but we have not talked about it. And the string here is actually, this is a primitive type, and this one is actually also a type, a class. But this is a primitive type, let's call it so. Perhaps they are other colored in Visual Studio. And you can see these are variable names, and this is just an output. But this one just a thumb rule. It's not so. I have to read the color setting in Visual Studio. Perhaps you have another IDE, then you have set read your color setting. For example, let's go to the online. You see the color settings here are different. They use blue for includes, red for this libraries, and here they have even nothing, and so on. Every IDE changes, and you have to read this one. but later if you read them, it is easier for you to understand the code. So that said, what I think, the last thing what I wanted to mention here is this little program, so we have not learned much, is very powerful. Why? Because every login, for example, looks similar like this. Instead of what is your name, it says their login and then your mail and then your password, right? And this is a similar thing. So we have not made much here, but we already come close to a real program. And with that, I stop here. And as an exercise, you could convert this one again, like the other exercise, to a program, right? So try to write a little program, make a exe file, and bind an icon again. And when the user click, for example, on it, it is asking, for example, login. Yeah, you can make a login instead of asking for name. So login question and so on. That would be a nice exercise if you can do this. Very easy program actually, and that trains. You need really train at start, because you see from now on these little programs get bigger and bigger. So we have here cout, cin, and later when we start now with the keywords, which I showed you in the last video, we will now go through all keywords anyhow, and every time we will add it. So we will not skip the last things, we will use all. That's why exercise at start as much as you can, because later the program will grow. Yes, so and that's why exercise, training, and we are good to go. So with that said, bye.